Hello, I welcome you all for today's session. Myself Rupali Gupta. Today we'll be discussing about microeconomics. This is the first and the foremost topic when students enter to their degree and they learn about microeconomics in their first semester. So let's begin introduction of microeconomics. Now, before understanding what is microeconomics, we need to understand what is economics. What do you understand by the term economics and what is the subject of economics? Economics is a term that has been derived by two Greek words. One, oikos. The second one, nomos. Oikos implies household and nomos implies management. Hence, the term economics implies household management. Do you think then economics means household management? Yes, of course. The term economics means household management. But when we see its implication in the application, what do you understand by the subject economics? Subject economics helps us in understanding the management of limited resources to manage unlimited wants and unlimited desires. Hence, economics is a subject that teaches us the art of managing the limited resources in order to meet the unlimited ends of mankind. And within economics, we have two sub-branches, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is a subject, is a branch of economics that deals with the study of individual units of an economy. Whereas macroeconomics is a branch of economics that deals with study of various units of economy simultaneously or at a particular point of time. Now, if I have to go in detail, what is microeconomics? Microeconomics, micro, the term micro has been derived from a Greek word mikros. Mikros means small. So, do you think microeconomics is small economics? No. It's not small economics. Microeconomics means to say a subject that teaches us to study about the individual units of economy. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಟ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯ ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ಘಟಕಗಳನ್ನು ವಿಭಾಜಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಘಟಕ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. It could be the study of single consumer. It could be study about a single entrepreneur, about the behavior of the prices, about behavior of a particular market structure. Hence, when we are understanding about microeconomics, we are going to study various units of an economy at a particular point of time. We don't collaborate all the units of economy together and study, unlike in macroeconomics. Hence, microeconomics is also called as the slicing method of study. ತುಣುಕ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ವಿಧಾನ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ಘಟಕಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ microeconomics is also called as the price theory. Why do you think microeconomics is called as the price theory? Because the topics that we are studying in microeconomics have a center focus over price. You study about factor pricing, you study about product pricing. Even in welfare economics, our maximum theories revolve around this point of pricing. Hence, microeconomics is also popularly called as theory of price or price theory, ಬೆಲೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರನ ನಾವು ಬೆಲೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಎಂದು ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Now, moving on further. When I am talking about microeconomics, how can we forget what is the scope of microeconomics? ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? Scope of a subject implies the elements that we are going to study within this subject, the borders of this subject. What are the elements and components that we have to study within this subject is all about understanding scope. Now, when we are talking about scope of microeconomics, we classify it into three major elements. How many? Three major elements. The first one being product pricing theory. The second one being factor pricing theory. And the third one being the theory of welfare. Hence, this is the three broad classifications within the scope of microeconomics. Within theory of product pricing, we understand the behavior of consumers and producers. How the product's price makes a consumer vary their demand, and how the changes in price also leads to change in their utility. And when I'm talking about factor pricing theories are also called as theory of distribution, as in this we understand how the national output has been divided among different variables, among different resources. Now, within factor pricing, we are going to study about factor rewards. What are the factor rewards? Let's first understand what are factors. So, factors of production are the means of production, the means through which I can carry out my production activity. If I am producing a particular product, like say garments, to produce the garments, I would require a factory, I would require laborers, I would require the raw materials, I would require power, water, color, dyes, whatnot. All these put together are called as factors of production. But when we talk about factors of production, can we name factors and raw materials inputs involved in every process? No. Hence, for the purpose of simplification, in microeconomics and in economics, we classify all the factors of production under four categories. First one being land, the second one being labor, the third one being capital, and the fourth one being organization. Hence, we study about pricing of these factors: land, labor, capital, and organization. The factor reward for land is rent, and the factor reward for labor is wages. The factor reward for capital is interest, and the factor reward for organization is profit. Hence, within the scope of microeconomics, within the theory of factor pricing or the theory of distribution, we study about these four major elements. Then, coming to the third part of the scope, that is theory of welfare. Within theory of welfare, we are going to understand how welfare economics was developed, various theories and principles and laws that were developed by the economist. So, these all are the components that we are going to study within scope of microeconomics. In short, Vyapti of Sukshma Arthashastra. Now, let me move on further to the next topic. Now, you might be thinking, what is the next topic? Very simple. Types of microeconomics. What do you understand by types of microeconomics? Within the types of microeconomics, we are going to study about three major elements: microstatics, comparative microstatics, microdynamics. Now, when I am talking about the topic types of economics, we are going to understand the role of time element on economics, on the study of microeconomics. Hence, in this case, we understand how time plays an important factor while making a study about various variables in an economy. So, with the first one, that is microstatic. In microstatic, what are we going to study? In microstatic, we are going to study about a particular variable. How does that particular variable attain equilibrium, keeping all other factors constant? For example, if I am talking about price, how does price attain equilibrium, keeping demand and supply constant? Studying the behavior of price at a particular point of time, keeping demand and supply constant, is called as microstatic. Similarly, if I am talking about comparative microstatic, what do we understand by that? In this method of study, we are understanding how there was a change from the original point of equilibrium to a new point of equilibrium. When there are two different time periods, the variables change. Accordingly, it leads to the resultant variable also to change. For example, if the demand initially was, say, OD1 and OS1, the price was, say, OP1. And if the demand has increased to OD2 and supply has also increased to OS2, the price has also increased. The equilibrium price has also changed accordingly. So in this process, we are going to study the movement of equilibrium from the older point to a new point. Coming to the last one, microdynamics. When we talk about dynamics, nothing is constant. Why? Because the real world, there is nothing that is constant. In microeconomics, we study n number of topics that are based on assumptions. We keep certain factors to be constant, but in reality, none of the factors are constant. Hence, in microdynamics, we analyze the process of transition, the process of change. We not only observe why the price has changed, we also observe why the price has changed. What are the related factors that have changed the price? If demand has increased or decreased, what is the reason? If supply has increased or decreased, what is the reason? Hence, in microdynamics, we are not only observing a change in equilibrium, but we are observing the reasons behind the change. So this is understanding types of microeconomics, understanding the importance of time element while studying microeconomics. So while testing laws, while testing the principles, we adopt different strategies, and these are that. So that's all for today. So we have learned in this session introduction to microeconomics, meaning of microeconomics, scope of microeconomics, and as well as the types of microeconomics. So I thank for your attention. Happy learning. Good luck.